Hi guys, welcome back. Today we're going to see application load balancer and we test this functionality in the end of the video and you'll be able to understand what application load balancer it is and what are the advantages when comparing to the classic load balancer. You'll be able to understand that. So it's very clear guys. You could see the picture. You're having the load balancer on top and the down the line you have a rule, a listener. We can create a multiple rules in the down the line, and each rule had the target groups. Each and every rule has a target groups. So when the traffic is coming and hitting the load balancer, and load balancer is going to understand the header files from the incoming traffic, and we having the rules here over here, and it is redirecting the traffic to the appropriate target groups. So let's go ahead and create the instances, I mean the web services according to this scenario, and let's check the uh, functionality of the application load balancer. Let's create an application load balancer and we can map those instances to the target groups, and we can check the load balancing functionality, and we also check the rules are working or not. So let's go ahead and create an instance guys. So let's go ahead and create an Ubuntu machine. Manage the stacks, security group. Let's add a HTTP traffic from anywhere. Let's create a key pair. Launch. I'm just passing this video for a while, guys, to make this instance up and running. Okay, guys, now the instance is up and running. I name it as web server 01, and I've also mentioned it in this instance as a target group one it belongs to for understanding. So let's go ahead and log on to this server. I already created a ppk file. Okay, logging on. Okay, so I'm just using this site for example. For the creating virtual host and the HTML file. So please follow this URL, guys, for creating a virtual host and installing Apache. So I'm just doing the system update to get that Apache installed on the next command. So I'm going to root command. Okay. So I'm just installing the Apache. Okay. So now the Apache is get installed. So we have the default index HTML here, and we need to create another HTML file called path1. Let's see. Yeah, it's got created. So we need to edit this path1 HTML, and we need to paste this code. I've already prepared this code actually. Just simple HTML code, and it actually says the path1 is working and the which server is coming from. Okay, to understand the load balancing concepts. So I'm gonna edit this path1. Is right, HTML, right? Oh, sorry, it's a spelling mistake. Time, okay, it's a lost me edit. So just copying this. Uh, Insert. I'm just deleting this. Okay. So I'm saving this file WQ. Okay. So let's go ahead and check this path one is really working or not in the instance. Just giving slash path1 dot html. Yeah, it's working. So the same way we can create path 2 as well. So we'll mention as a path 2 everywhere, and that's it. For the server 1, we'll create another instance and make it this server 1 to server 2. Typically what I'll do that I just take an image of this or a snapshot of this instance, and I'll create it a new one. I'm not gonna you know going for the configuration again, guys. So I'll just copy the instance, and I'll just recreate it, and I'll just change this server 1 to server 2, and so that we can know exactly where the response is coming from. So usually it determines the low traffic. So whether we can know whether really the target groups are um, traffic loads among the instances. Okay, so I'm just copy this path 2 from server 1, just pasting this. Okay, it's fine. It's pretty good, guys. This same way we can test to right. It's working. Okay, guys, we done with the initial configuration. So what we're going to do, uh, once it's done, I'm just going to pause this video for copying this instance to uh, another another copy, and I will make this server 1 to server 2. Okay, so I'm pausing this for a while. Okay, guys, I just created a web server 2. I just copied this instance to the in web server 2. What I did, like, I taken an image and I relaunched this instance and I name it as a web server 2. Even I name it as a path based to better understanding. So I'm just going to log on to the server to make the small changes. uh, okay, 40 application. I'm using same ppk. Got the response. Open, Ubuntu. Yeah. Okay, we got it. So I can go directly to the path, even edit. Before that, I want to make the root. Okay. So just clear the screen. vi slash www. Sorry, where www html path 1, right? Oh yes. Okay, I'm gonna change this from to server 2 and to, okay, saving this file, and for the path 2 as well. Mm, two. Okay, so we can also check this, guys, whether it's working or not. So I already have path, sorry, server 1, and I'm also going to check this paste path 1 dot html. Yes, server 2. Okay, the same way the path 2. Yeah, the path 2 also seems to be working. So the first thing is completed. I mean, the first target group is completed to achieve the path based web servers. So in second is a host based. For the host based, I need to create another instance. Uh, I'm just pausing this video. I will launch another instance. I will name it as a web server 3 and host based, and the target group as 2. I will tell these configurations what are the need to be done using this site once I after launches instance. Okay, so just gonna pause for a while. Okay, guys, I just created a third instance and named it as a target 2 host based web server 3. So I'm on the server right away. I'm going to configure the virtual host for this instance. Okay, so I'm just going to install the Apache again. Before that, I need to update. Okay, giving yes. Okay, guys, for the virtual host, I'm following this URL, entirely, and I will this give this URL link to my description so that you guys can go ahead and look into this when while configuring if you have any doubts. So in first step, I'm going to create a folder structure called example.com and add the public HTML. So I'm just creating what the document has exactly. I'm not gonna change anything from here. I don't want to waste the time, so I'm just creating a two folder structures. I mean the two virtual hosts to be created here. So see like example.com and test.com. So these two folders uh, we have created now. So and then we need to assign the permission for the folder. So the we need to applying this command as well. And okay, so this user as it means the current user of the machine. So in this case the Ubuntu takes permissions to this path, and we also have need to modify a little bit permission for the var ww. So we're going to do that. So let's go ahead and create a index.html. I'm going to edit this, creating a new file. I'm just going to paste this. Okay, example.com. So example.com. I had to modify a little bit on the prefix to this text. I'm going to add my domain techwise dot in. Sorry, it should be a suffix. Sorry, it should be example.techwise.info. You will understand this, guys, later. Why I'm giving this? We have a domain called takepoints.info. I will create a CNAME to it. So later you can understand why I'm giving this. Okay. So this example.com. I will also need to edit this portion as well. Example dot techwise.info. Virtualhost is working from from server 1. This we need to mention it very clearly. The why, guys, whether we need to understand the traffic is really load balancing among the targets. Okay, so I made a little bit changes on it. I'm going to save this. Okay, so it's done. The same way for the test.com as well, which is another virtual host. Okay, fine. So you could see the document. They've been giving the another HTML file, beautiful HTML file. So I'm going to change this to test.techwise.info, and I need to change this. Okay, virtualhost is working from server 1. Going to save this file. Clear. Okay, so there are we created a folder structure and we edited the index file of the both, and we clearly mention where the traffic is coming in the server 1 or server 2. Okay, and next step, we need to create a virtual host files. This is a important step, guys. Without this, we don't have any virtual host to be really working on the server. So the first step, they're configuring, they're copying the default configuration file to the concern path. I mean example.com. So we need to copy this exactly and just paste it over here. So it's done. Again, we can open this file right away and to configure the virtual host configuration. So I'm just clearing the screen. VI. I'm just using the VI command, so don't confuse it. This is also another kind of editor. I don't like this, so I'm just using the VI. Okay. So the virtual host file looked like this, and we need to edit this information. Really, we need to know in order to get this worked. So finally, the virtual host file seems to be like this. What we need to understand in in this step, I'm going to edit a few things. The first thing, I have a domain, a tech voice info. I already mentioned you, right? So I'm just giving my domain here, and we need to give the server name as a techvoice.info, and we need to provide this server alias as exactly what you're creating a domain name to be resolved to this instance. So in this case, uh, example, yeah, example dot techvoice dot info. Okay, so this is how, guys, while creating this virtual host file, this will act as a virtual host within the server. When the traffic comes from this header, the server actually recognizes virtual host files, and it will redirect this path as HTML file, and you'll be getting the page. Okay, so I'm just going to copy this file, and I need to delete something here. So deleting everything. Okay, I'm also going to delete this, which I already have. Okay, so I just paste this file. I'm going to save. Let's verify once it's saved, it's whether really paste or not. Let's check that, guys. I'm not sure. Uh, Look at this, guys. It's come. Yeah, it's really paste. See, we can align this. One thing we need to ensure, this virtual host document file comes under the tag virtual host. I mean, wait, guys, let me tell you. I mean, it should be under the virtual host tag, so that it will be working out. So it's saved, guys. So let's create another virtual host file, test.com, for the test.techwise.info. uh, I need to edit that as well. So go to editor. Before that, you will need to copy. In this case, they are copying the example.com configuration files to the test.com for easy editing. So I'm also doing the same. Enter, and I'm going to edit this. So in this, we need to ensure this should be changed, and the path should be changed. So it's not example, it's a test. So we need to ensure this two thing need to be changed while after copying this virtual file and before editing. So these two things, once these two things change, we need to save this. Now we have a two virtual file. Okay, so another step, we need to enable this site using a2en site tool utility. So just go and enable the site. So you could see this, guys, it's enabling the site. Example.com messages came. Doing the same for the test as well. Okay, so once you did, you need to restart the Apache. Okay, fine. So everything done, guys, and finally I'm going to create a record. The first thing I need to test this server is really recognize the virtual host. So I need to ensure first before creating a application load balancer. Okay, so I'm going to my domain. I'm just adding a record. Um, the first case I used example ple, the instance public IP. Just save. Okay, so next, guys, we know the second record goes to test and the same IP address and just save. So we created two records. This record needs to be deleted, you know, before creating a CNAME. So um, I'm just creating these records for testing the instances, whether it is resolving the virtual host within the instance before creating application load balancer, and later maybe I can come up with an issue instance itself. So I'm ensuring, guys, this is really working in the instance level before I'm going to the application load balancer. So I can go ahead and check this example dot take voice dot info. Perfect, guys. See the example that take voice info virtual host is working. We getting the response from the server. Like way, we just also test the test.takevoice.info, and look at this, guys. It's also working. It's from server one. So what I'll do, the same way what I did for a path based, I'm just going to take the copy of this instance and just I will do the little change. It's coming from a server 2. So I'm not going to waste time for the creating an instance and configuring this. Again, I'm just going to create a copy of this web server and I will make a little change like the server 2 to test the load balancing functionality. Okay, I'm just going to pause this video, guys. Okay, guys, it's completed now. I created a web server 4, name it as target 2 hostbase, and I copied this web server 3 to the web 4. But I need to make a little change on it. So I'm just going to that server, authentication. It's getting okay. So what change I had to do? I need to edit that HTML file, and I need to modify server 1 to server 2. So I'm just searching that path. Okay, I got this. This is a path. Copy vi, just a small change, guys. Done. Saving the file. Oh, I forgot to, you know, going as a root. Sorry, guys. Sudo su. So now I'm going to edit that. Okay. No, 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 no. Okay, just vi. Now it's done. So the same way, I will also need to do this for the test as well. So going to test, just making this as test. So you could see the file going to, and oh sorry, some mistake. Okay, I think it's okay. Yeah. Okay. So the service restart is really no need, but I had a doubt. So I'm just restarting the service to ensure my changes updated. Okay, okay, guys. I think it's very clear now, and we created a four web servers, and one, uh, two is a path based, and another two is OS based. So it's very clear and very we are configured it very clearly. So let's go ahead and create an application load balancer and attach them in a target. So before creating an application load balancer, you need to create a target group first. But it's no matter. You can also create an application load balancer. While configuring it, it will ask for the target groups. At that time also you can create, but I'm creating, the target groups first. So going to target group. Oh, I already had two. Just tilting this. No more confusion, guys. Okay, I'm naming a TG path based. Okay, so it's a port 80 target types instance, and VPC is memory value one VPC, and the protocol is HTTP, and the path is, you need to enter any path. This is for the L check, guys. I'm just entering HTML. Okay, path1.html. So I'm just going ahead and create this target group. It's created, but we need to add a targets. Edit. So we're having this window. I'm just choosing the path based, and add to the register. Once it's done, I'm just going to save this. So another group need to be created. It's like tg host based. The same thing. I'm not going to give anything, so it automatically resolves the web address, and it will check the health for the instance. So before that, the path based, I need to mention something in that, whether the path one or path two for the L check purpose. So not to worry to this, I'm leaving as a default. You no need to have to give the path for this for the host based, guys. So just create, uh, and we need to add a target host based, add registered, save. Okay, so fine, guys, we created a two targets, and targets is not associated as of now, and we can create a load balancer. So it would be an application load balancer. So this is going to be my test app LB. So listen as 80. It will always listen to 80 port. Look at this, guys. We can also add another listener for 443, and whatever the web application that you're configuring for the specific port. The default port is 80, but you can, while configuring your web servers, you can also configure the different ports as well. So it will also has a capability to listen the other ports. So we can also add a HTTPS as well. Okay, so choosing the VPC, and choosing the subnet. So far these two subnets are involving. Next, this is a security group for the load balancer. As of now, I'm not gonna create all traffic. I'm just going to create HTTP traffic. Yes, that's it. anywhere. Okay, just a 80 is enough for this load balancer. Okay, just go ahead next. So as I said before, while configuring the application load balancer, you can also create a target group. But in this case, I already created. I can choose the existing target group. I'm just choosing path based as a default. Okay, so see the path one in the L checks is coming up here. Okay, register targets. Since I already registered the targets for the path based, so it's showing the instance ID for the path based targets. So review and create. Or it will take some time to creating this application load balancer. So it will take at least 5 minutes. I'm just going to pass this video for a while. Okay guys, and the application load balancer is created now, and you can see the DNS name for that. So we can take this DNS name and we can go ahead and create a CNAME for this. So I already created a record for the example test. I'm just going to delete that. I no more need this. So delete. Okay, edit and delete. So what I'll do, I'm just going to create a CNAME for the example. It points to the load balancer. Okay, so in addition to that, we'll also create a test dot techwise dot info pointing to the load balancer. And we'll also create another called path one. And another called path 2, all pointing the same application load balancer. As you can see, this example test path 1 path 2. So once it's done, we need to add a rule. So click on the listeners and you can see this view edit rules. The default is targeted to the path based target, so just click on this. Okay, so the last rule is the default. If a request is not routed, it defaultly it will be routed to the target based, the path based. Okay, so let's create a new rule. Insert rule. Let's see the path first. Okay, just adding this path 1 forwarded to path paste. Click on save. Insert rule. Click on path. Path 2. Click on save. So the path based you know rules are completed, and we're going to do the host based. So click on the host, the default is the host. So host header would be example dot tech wise dot info. Okay, just copying this. It should be to go to target host based. Just going to save this and again test host. Okay, save. So what will happen, guys? When we try to resolve this address, it actually resolving the C name. I mean the C name. So this load balancer understands is coming from techvoice.info and hitting the load balancer. The load balancer has these rules, and this header matches to, I mean, forward to target host base. So the target host base has web servers, so it will load among the traffic. I mean, you can know hitting the test.techwise.info, and we had a rule for to go this target group, and we having this host based target, I mean the instances, and it will load balancer among these two instances. If it's a path, it will load balance among these two paths. Okay, let's check this, guys. Really, I think it's pretty much okay. I'm All we need to do is a test. So I'm just opening a new window. Control Shift N. So the first thing is path one dot take voice dot info slash path one dot html. See, guys, path one is working from server 2 is coming from server 2. For example, it should, in another request, it should come for the server 1. Let's see this. I'm just refreshing the page. It's not going to server 1. Let's check why. Mm-mm-mm-mm. What I'm going to do is I'm just going to add to the instance. I'm just picking out the first instance. Uh, Copy, going paste, path. Wow. The server 1 is actually working, but it's not working in the application load balancer. Let's check, guys. It's very interesting. Path paste, path paste. Okay, I got it. See, I'm going to move this tool to this one step ahead. Even in the top, I'm going to save this. See, guys, now it's working. So, what the problem is, when you say the path one goes to target based past, so now the routing is working correctly. I'm the load balancing. So let's check path two. Let's come to that what we did wrong initially. Okay, we can do this test as well. Path two. See, now it's working. If we say path one in the end of the URL, it actually look at these values, not this. We just created for the for understanding purpose for this domain name for understanding purpose. So we just look at this, the path 2 and path 1. When we create a path 1 and it goes to target based, it actually takes some time to load balance. I hope so. I think there is nothing wrong in the rule. We can also edit the rule again. Okay, we can go back. I'm gonna I'm gonna flashing the DNS. Just close this window. I'm just opening the new window. So path one dot takeWise dot info. So why it's coming? You understand, right? This is a default page, so I need to mention the path. Path one dot html from server to server. See, guys, nothing wrong in the rules. We exactly, we having the rules whatever I have in the past. See this, guys. Path one and path two. See, it's working. It exactly balancing the load among the instances. And we can also check the path 2 as well. Go and path 2, path 2. Yeah, now the path 2 is working. I don't want to refresh path 1. The server 1 is working. So the traffic is evenly balancing the load. And next we're going to check the host based. What is it like? Example, yeah, example.techwise.info actually should route to the correct target and it should load balances. Let's check. Okay, success is coming from server 1 and the next hit goes to server 2. Exactly, okay, guys. So next test.techwise.info, just hit. Yes, test is working from server 1. it also working from server 2 as well. So load balancing is working now. Okay, so the path is completed, and the host base is also completed. So we achieved this, um, the diagram, the rules, and the target groups, and even a health check. I'm going to show you a health check part. I forgot to tell that, guys. So don't, before that, there is no anything in the rule, and it takes some time to resolve another host. Maybe the health checks does not happen on the instances. So because of that, so we pretty clear with the path one resolves, it goes to path, and these hosts are resolving good. Okay, so what we can do that, just go ahead and I need to show you something, guys. Under the target groups, so now you have a load balancer attached to that. Even a target path based also has, but in default you need to attach one target, by default. When we're creating rules, we can add a multiple target. On that time, um, you can attach the other target groups as well. So in the health check part, you can see the targets are healthy. If it's not healthy, it won't route to this. The request is not goes to this instance. Okay, you can see as well as in the host based is healthy now. So it's pretty much complete. We understand now how a load balancer application load balancer is working, like this way. So that's it, guys. Thanks for watching this video, and if any doubts, please have a comment below. Thank you.